Esports hosts have a type. That's not a bad thing, mind you. It makes sense to want to set a consistent professional tone, because when it comes to show business, not everything can be controlled.
They were getting passive. They were giving up a lot of front of the site room off A main. Oh, okay. Well, I don't know what is going on. I hope you've enjoyed your dream hack.
But it also makes sense to want to try something new, something stylish, something dangerous. And building hosting and streaming careers on those two principles is exactly what Rich Campbell did. He leaned into the memes and spoke his mind, no matter what was on it.
I decided to start drama with Rich Campbell because, one, he's currently relevant, two, because he is a dumb. I will respond when she also fills category number 1.
Yeah, you can't get in here, you stupid.
Yeah. If the earth looks like this, then I ain't. I was made by Mitt is Kith. His sister is so hot. Give me a kiss. Are you watching right now, Emily? Ha. We only do this sometimes. Other times we do really cool content like go outside.
However, it's those same chaotic impulses that made Rich so interesting in the first place that eventually got him fired from a gig that meant a lot to him.
Some of the stuff I say on stream is probably not stuff that you would always want to have somebody who's representing your game say.
But instead of wallowing in his own self-pity, he found a new direction, and more importantly, a new inspiration.
Make like a tree. Oh my god! Yeah! Yeah, dude!
And as a result, two communities, one that was jaded and looking for something new, the other, waiting for recognition, decided to join Rich for a crazy ride.
Hit me. I like that. Not you, you don't hit me. No, you stay away from me.
So where exactly did Rich Campbell come from? How did spending time homeless in New York inspire his life's direction? And why was getting blackballed by Blizzard maybe the best thing that ever happened to him?
You got fired. You got fired, dude.
So, if you find yourself recognizing Rich Campbell, it could be for a variety of reasons. Maybe you caught him on stage at an event you watched.
Why are you looking at me like that? What? You're just looking at me very sensually.
No, I'm not. So what are you talking about? I'm looking at you.
Or maybe his unique sense of style left an impression. Or you might have stumbled upon him more recently as his stream exploded in popularity.
Pretend to use a salt shaker in your tongue, you'll taste salty.
Wait, you will?
Yeah.
Wait, what
do
you
it,
mean?
do it. Like pretend to use a salt shaker in your tongue.
Do I have to like close my eyes or anything?
Yeah, and stick your tongue out. And pretend to use a salt shaker.
But long before he was losing his shit on camera and breaking the traditional mold of an onstage personality, Rich Campbell was just a dude who loved video games. Growing up in Atlantic City, Rich started playing video games at a young age, not knowing that his hobby would later change his life. After finishing high school, Rich was accepted into NYU's pre-med program. But when the financial crisis hit in 2008, it turned everything upside down for him. Rich's family home ended up in foreclosure, and he found himself unable to pay rent and tuition, leaving him homeless.
So I ended up in New York without a place to stay for a couple of years. And I got plenty of crazy good stories from that time. And I feel like it really kind of made me a lot of who I am today, even though it was kind of, you know, in theory, a rough time. It ended up okay for me.
But Rich saw leaving NYU as giving up, and he had no interest in being a quitter. So, with the help of some friends and after couch surfing for a while, he made his return. But this time, with the intent to study narrative strategies in video games.
I was like, you know what? I've always wanted to work on video games. Who the knows what's gonna happen? I don't care about money. I'm gonna do what I like. I've always loved video games.
After finishing his program, Rich worked as an Instacart shopper, and it was around that time that he was presented with the opportunity to join MLG. Although back then, by his own admission, he wasn't exactly qualified.
I have an interview at MLG with a guy named Will who ended up becoming a very good friend. And Will is interviewing me, and he remembered me from the Game Center because I had played StarCraft against him one time. I'm wearing a suit. He's like, hey, do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do this? Do you know how to do that? And I'm like, no, I don't know how to do any of this, man. And he goes, you know what? You got the job. And sure enough, the next day, I am an employee at MLG.
Despite his lack of technical skills, Rich poured hours into learning every aspect of production that he could. But his main goal was to become a caster. And by 2015, he got his first shot on the desk at the grand finals for Season 1 of MLG Pro Rocket League, after being asked to stand in for Chris Puckett.
Looking at the shots on goal, they're pretty even. It's just impressive play from both teams. Really impressive play from
15
both teams.
shots versus, what, 11 shots?
15 versus 11, yeah.
That's the thing with luck. You have to keep practicing, so the time that you get that lucky shot, you don't up.
Over the next few years, Rich was given more and more casting gigs, and his style really began to develop. He was part unbridled enthusiasm, part unfettered opinion, and he was clearly always enjoying himself.
Who do you think's gonna win, Mom?
Serious.
Serious. You think Serious is gonna take the entire thing? All right, Mom, I love you.
Okay. Shut up, Kyle.
Whether he was running an online D&D game in the MLG studio or working a tournament for another scene altogether, Rich's profile was on the rise, and the opportunities kept coming. But he always had a soft spot for one of the true OGs, the one that immediately lined him up with more work: World of Warcraft. Even as gigs like the now defunct H1Z1 League came and went, or as he took the stage in some of Dota's biggest tournaments in 2019, Rich never forgot the impact that WoW had on his career. After all, beyond the steady work it offered him, it had also introduced Rich to some of his closest friends.
Our first guest on Allcraft was this guy. He would get maybe like 4,000 viewers, and his name was Asmongold. I don't know if you guys have heard of him. And we did the episode, and wait, I kind of want to pull it up. And at the end of the episode, he goes, boys, what time next week?
But unfortunately for Rich, the appeal of WoW really began to decline in 2020. 2018's Battle for Azeroth expansion was near universally panned for its borrowed power systems and the time investment required to maximize them. For many, it was the worst expansion since Warlords of Draenor, since Cataclysm, or maybe ever in the game's history. And, to make matters worse, Blizzard seemed largely disinterested in fans' negative response to BFA. The WoW community was on edge, and Rich Campbell was no exception.
Take a break, Richard? You realize I was in a great mood? And I played the game for 5 minutes and I'm here. I don't need a break. I need to uninstall WoW. This is a game made for anyone who's playing. Look at you, idiot! Look at you, you idiot! Why are you playing this game? You dumb shit! You moron cheats! You idiots! You dumb. Why are you playing this shit? You morons running around like ants in Bobby Kodak's maze!
Not long after his explosive rant, Rich got a call from Blizzard, and the news wasn't good. As of June 2020, he was no longer to be a part of future WoW broadcasts.
I'm no longer going to be a part of the AWC. It wasn't my choice. I got the call 2 or 3 days ago now. If you went on the World of Warcraft Twitch channel and you randomly scrolled through, chances were you might bump into me. To call that an honor doesn't even do it justice. I mean, it was a dream come true.
In the wake of his banishment, Rich decided to move to Texas with the goal of making content alongside some of his peers. but he also decided on streaming full-time.
After what, 6 years of being a commentator, I'm not one anymore. Pull that band-aid off. I guess I'm a streamer now. Which also means I'm now kind of an idiot. Streamers are so dumb.
But even if he was downgraded to a dumb streamer, Rich still had big aspirations. And in October, he announced the creation of One True King, a gaming organization that also included Asmongold, Esfand, Tipsout, and Mizkif. For Rich, OTK was going to be a primary focus, and through it, he was able to stay connected to his friends and to WoW, even if he wasn't welcome on the official Blizzard broadcasts.
The truth is, gentlemen, that today is no ordinary stream. Today!
Whoa! Ladies and gentlemen, the doors to Castle Nathria will not open themselves. We need to smack them down!
The org was, according to Esfand, part media company, part lifestyle brand. But it was also a way for the founders, many of whom had a past in WoW, to test the waters outside of the game, and to potentially lessen their dependence on it. The decision was, well, incredibly well-timed. Because after the release of WoW's newest expansion, Shadowlands, and a barrage of feedback that Blizzard had once again ignored, people started to wonder how bright the future of the game might actually be.
Let's be honest. Blizzard has completely dropped the ball.
I love every philosophy the World of Warcraft team spouts, and I absolutely think that it's always in line with the player experience.
But let's be honest. WoW fans complaining about WoW is pretty much what always happens. The difference was that in 2021, the game was legitimately bad. And if the game itself wasn't bad enough, Blizzard gave fans plenty of reasons to stop supporting their content. Having already lost his job with Blizzard, the effect that this turmoil in WoW had on Rich's career was minimal. He'd already dialed back his streaming substantially to focus on building OTK, and at the same time, his enthusiasm for WoW had waned.
Now I've started to move away from the game. Not all the way, but I've started to move away from the game. I still love it, but, you know, I think that some of the things that we've tried to get changed probably won't happen. Some probably will.
Despite the fact that he was no longer hosting and that his stream had taken a bit of a back seat, Rich was still an entertainer. He just needed a new stage. And that's precisely what he got with Final Fantasy XIV. Now, to be fair, the game wasn't exactly new. It had disastrously launched in 2010 and miraculously relaunched a few years later, although it remained largely ignored. But for many MMO fans, Rich's decision to start streaming FF14 became their best possible introduction to the game.
Oh, yeah, Gremlo! Oh my god, dude, I love this game. Stop hitting Gremlo. Do the thing, Gremlo! Do the thing! Hey, do the thing! Do the thing! Do the thing! Oh, go Gremlo! Go Gremlo! Hey! Hey! Dude, the Dragoons are badass, man! They're badass, man! Holy shit, dude! That about settles it for me. There's something that I need to do.
Between his first FF14 stream in June of 2021 and the end of July, Rich Campbell had amassed an earth-shattering 25,000 subs. In the months that followed, some of WoW's biggest creators followed Rich's lead, and it wasn't long before FF14 exploded in popularity. As streamers and WoW diehards began dabbling, Rich worked on completing hundreds of hours of main story content. He met up with friends, both old and new, for in-game events.
You gotta admit, I look good, bro.
Yeah, if you're getting ready for a child pageant.
What? Dude, I'm a magician. I have a secret weapon.
Go ahead.
Purple. Now what do you think, bro? I came prepared.
I think that your character looks exactly like your parents live in a trailer. They're obsessed with Elvis, and they dress their kid up that's 5 years old like Elvis, and he gets pushed around and bullied in school because of it.
He also teamed up with them to challenge some of the hardest content in the game.
Get him out of the closet. Go, 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 go. Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich. Come on, Rich. Come on.
This is really close.
Come on, come on, come on, come on. This is gonna be it. Come on, 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 come on.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
Let's
go! Holy shit! Oh, that was close, man! That was close!
Blizzard 3 is sure a lifesaver.
And as he finally completed the Shadowbringers expansion and watched the trailer for the upcoming Endwalker, he reflected on the fact that trying something new and stepping outside his comfort zone had once more led to success.
Streaming this game has changed my life forever. It's made me really, really happy in ways that I can't even describe to you.
Rich Campbell is proof that being yourself and embracing change can absolutely be a path forward, even if you're not exactly sure where it leads. You can't always control the things that happen to you, and no one is invulnerable. But you can choose how you view those things and how you react. Maybe Rich could have ended up simply working behind the scenes at OTK and pondering what could have been. But that's the thing about Rich. He isn't really the type to just let things happen to him. Instead, he breathed new life into himself and his career and found strength from a community that was pulling for him to succeed.
Obviously, there were a lot of things going on in my life outside of the game. From everything that, you guys might not remember, but with everything that was going on with my grandma, to like breaking up with the girl who I literally thought I was going to get married to. And on those shitty days, I would go live, and even if I wasn't myself and I wasn't the best streamer that I could be, on those days you guys were still there, and you took care of me.
And it's that same community who continues to look to Rich to give them the same excitement and unrestrained enthusiasm that he's clearly never lost.
Now I can't imagine being anything else. So thank you for letting me be what I truly am, a filthy sack of potatoes.
And it cut to Rich Campbell, and he was literally with just like this like viscerally sexual face, just like slowly like undoing his jacket and just gyrating.